We are live. Ep.4, Deano show. Welcome back. It's good to be back, dude. Took a hiatus last week. Hiatus might be the wrong word, but with Thanksgiving and everything going on, I got too busy. Wasn't able to put out an episode, and I'm sorry. Hand up accountability. I gotta be better. I gotta work on my time management. Simple as that. I just gotta be better. I gotta work on my time management and get that episode out. So, for all my fans out there, sorry I didn't get an episode out last week, but it's a new week. It's officially December 3rd. We're in December, dude. This year has just gone by in the blink of an eye. The days are long, but the years are short. And I feel like the more I get older, the more I just start to believe that. It's just like every day feels like long, but the years just go and go and go. You're telling me COVID was about to be 6 years ago in March. 6 years ago in March. Think about that. People who were born in 2018 are about to be, they're 8 years, going to be turning 8 years old next year. That makes me feel old. And, dude, are we that? No, I mean, I'm 22, so I'm not really that old. I'm actually very young. But, yeah, dude, I don't know. Time's just going by. Time's just going by, and there's no way to stop it. And time can be your greatest enemy, or it can be the most valuable thing to you. Because when you're young, the best valuable thing you have is time. And more life, more energy, more whatever. You're just younger. You're more active. You can do more things when you're younger. That's why I have to use my time wisely and make the most of my time and be in the present moment and create stuff like this. And I would say this is me using my time wisely to the best of my ability. But yeah, on that note, hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is obviously the best time of year. Thanksgiving to Christmas, that period's unbelievable. Family coming in, friends are coming in. You're seeing friends you haven't seen in a couple years. It was good to see some old friends, catch up with some old friends. Saw some people who said they were listening to the show, so that's always good. That's uplifting. People were enjoying this. And I might have found some new guests, some people to reach out to over the next couple of days and figure out when I could have my next guest. But, yeah, look, I love it. I love coming home. I love seeing, I've been home, but I like seeing old friends. There were some people I hadn't seen in a couple of years, or probably even since graduating high school that I saw, and that was like, whoa, dude, like, what's been going on in your life? But no, yeah, Thanksgiving is probably, if not one, it's a close two to Christmas. Those two go neck and neck for me. And this is my hot take about Thanksgiving, but I'll die on this hill. I think Thanksgiving sandwiches, leftovers the next day, are better than Thanksgiving dinner itself. That's my take. That's my hot take of the day. Hot take of the episode. Thanksgiving sandwiches the next day is better than Thanksgiving the day of, the dinner. That's just what I get. That's just what I believe. I don't know. You get a good Portuguese roll. You get some turkey, stuffing, mayonnaise, lettuce. Throw some cranberry sauce in there. What else would you throw in there? I don't know. But for some reason, that with like an ice cold Coke and some football, hard to beat. Hard to beat. So yeah, I think that's my hot take of the day. Thanksgiving food the next day is better than Thanksgiving itself. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Caught up with some your family members, friends. Those are the best times of year. We had Thanksgiving at my house this year, and some family was over, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandmas, the whole 9 yards. And at the end of the dinner, and like when we're kind of post dinner, we were sitting around the living room playing. We actually did Jeopardy. We found an online Jeopardy, which was a lot of fun. So we split up into teams and whatnot and played Jeopardy. But afterwards, we did the classic, like, name some things you're grateful for, go around the room. Lighthearted, can be very deep, but we kept it lighthearted, and it was fun. But I think those moments, and what I said was, I'm just grateful for this, what's going on right here. It's your family, it's your friends, it's your family friends, it's spending laughs on the couch. I think that's what brings people together the most, and what we need more of in this world is human connection. Loneliness is obviously a big problem, but I'll be your friend, dude. I'll be anyone's friend. But yeah, I think those are like the moments I live for. Those are the happiest I am. When you lose track of time, you're just spending time with family and friends, and you're laughing and you're shooting the shit. You're playing games. You're making jokes to your younger sister. You're fighting your older brother. Like that's unbeatable to me, and I think that stuff. So we take it for granted. And this year, at least, I took a second to kind of look back and be like, yeah, this is wealth. Rich is loud, wealth is quiet, and that's where I want to be one day. It's not about the money in the bank account. It's not about the price tag on your clothes. It's about those moments. It's about family members alive. It's about having a good relationship with your friends. Those are the moments that I truly live for, and that's what life's all about. The best things in life are free. Not that Thanksgiving itself is free, but you gotta buy the food and booze and whatever, but it's the experiences that come within the Thanksgiving. And I'm lucky enough to have a family that is close and get along, and I know that might not be the case for all you guys, but I'm very grateful and very lucky to have that. I've been blessed by the man upstairs. So, yeah, that's my kind of message today, is be grateful. I bet you can name 5 things right off your fingers immediately what you're grateful for. We take life for granted, and it's something I do way too much of, is take life for granted and don't appreciate the little things. The fact that I can go to the gym, move my body, and challenge myself to be in better shape every day. I'm not sick. I don't have the flu. I don't have cancer. And practicing gratitude, you just have a better outlook on life. You become more positive. Humor and positivity becomes your default emotion, and at that point, man, you're gonna keep on going in that positive life, positive emotion. But so yeah, I hope you guys all had a good Thanksgiving. Like I said, sorry for not getting an episode out last week. Just got hectic, and hand up, I'll be better, and that's why I'm getting this one out this week. But another note, dude, Rock Rimmon, the part-time golf shop gig, has officially ended. Today's December 3rd. It ended the last Sunday. Had my last day. That's a good time, man. That was a good... I got back home from school in June, and I went immediately back over to the golf shop, and it was great. I loved all the pros I worked with. I loved being there. I liked the camaraderie. I liked putting merch up, selling merch. I just liked all of it. I liked talking food debates. I liked getting into arguments about the top fast food restaurants, like the best golf ball to use. Like, I love it. And I was walking out and I was like, damn, like I woke up each day and was happy to go to work. I was happy that I had the chance to go do something that I enjoy doing, which is playing golf. Now, I didn't play every day, but now that the more it's gotten colder, the harder it was to play. But I mean, I played till as long as I really could, which was early November, mid-November or so. Went down to the range, got a couple of lessons from my boy Zach. Shout out to Zach, if you're listening, you're the man. But yeah, Rock Rimmon. Shout out to Rock Rimmon for giving me a chance to, be a part of the squad, and it was great. Became really good friends with the Chef Ron, and my mom being a cook myself. We talk shop a bunch about food and Michelin restaurants and easy diners, best food around Stamford, Buchanan, Fairfield County, all that good stuff. So yeah, it was just full of fun laughs. It was full of high energy. It was good. I'm definitely going to miss that in the wintertime. Well, that's not true. They're putting up simulator, so I do have the chance to get some hours in the simulator. But with that being said, dude, Part-Time Job King has picked up another part-time job. Drum roll, please. Setting up Christmas lights at people's houses. Yep, you heard it. Setting up Christmas lights. Deano comes to the door. Christmas lights. Here we go. I got it. But yeah, so on Sunday, like I said, it was my last day at the golf shop, and I texted someone I knew who runs a Christmas lights business, and I was like, yo, dude, my part-time job at the golf shop's finished. I need some money from now to Christmas. If you need help, let me know. And he was like, sweet, you available today? Sunday afternoon, finished the golf shop, went immediately to some house, and learned how to set up lights on a Christmas tree. There's different techniques and methods, which I'm kind of getting to. Like, you can go vertical with it. You can go the traditional spinny. And the key is you got to push in the lights into the tree so it gives it that depth. And the more I've been, it's Wednesday now, so the more I've been, I think the last, like, I don't even know, the last, let's see how many trees I've done in the last, since Sunday I've done 14 trees. Yesterday I did 5, today I did 6, and the day before that I don't know how many I did, 4. But it's kind of like exactly like, shout out to Grill Guys, another summer job, but you show up to the house, you find the tree, and just get down to work and get busy. It can be a pain in the ass sometimes, for sure. For sure, actually, especially when the client has lights and they're already in a bin. And the past couple times, the clients that I've been to that have had the lights, it's been a total fucking rat's nest of lights. And I'm sitting in the living room just like pulling out lights, trying to straighten each one out, and I start to lose my patience at some point, and I just want to freaking just yank the ropes, but I'm gonna break it, and I obviously have my own lights and stuff, so like I'm not gonna break it, but oh yeah, it gets tough. It's unwiring a rat's nest full of Christmas lights, and you know, it is what it is. But hey, I've enjoyed it. It's something to do. It keeps me busy. A man with idle hands is the devil's workshop. And that's exactly what I'm avoiding. I'm trying to be active. I'm trying to pick up part-time job. Maybe I'm the part-time job, side quest part-time job king. Maybe I'm just built for the part-time jobs because I'm 6 months into trying to find a real job, and I'm 0 for however many I'm 0 for. Can't even get the first job, but we can get a part-time job, and money's money. Day 1 was Sunday, and I have put Christmas lights around my tree at home and whatnot and done that, but like, to go to someone's house at their really nice tree and trust me to be the one to climb on an 8-foot ladder and get to their top of their 12-foot tree and put on lights, I guess maybe I am built for that. So Sunday, showed up to this guy's house. Beautiful house, by the way. Really, really nice house. He had 3 Christmas trees there, which is, yeah, kind of crazy. But I'm meeting this girl there who's also helping me. And I show up there, I want to say around like 5 o'clock-ish, 4:30. I have no idea what I'm doing. I walk in with a case of lights. And he was like, yeah, man, like first trees. I was like, okay, great. So, you know, I started taking the lights out of the boxes and kind of making myself look like I'm busy because I was waiting for the girl to get here. And it was like, she was like 45 minutes away. And I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing. So I started just like kind of going over to the tree, putting lights on, kind of that like, oh, like they look over, oh yeah, tree's coming along, looks like what he's doing. I had zero clue what I was doing. So yeah, shout out to Riley. She came and she absolutely saved the day. Like we said, we eventually did 3 trees that day, but now that it's Wednesday, I definitely have my own little group. I kind of show up to the house, find the tree, start at the bottom, push them in, and just kind of work my way up. But on Monday, I did 1 tree Monday morning, and it went well. And then, like, yeah, you're going to this person's house. I was like, oh, okay, I know them. Very nice house. He was like, yeah, they got a 12-foot tree. I'm gonna bring you an 8-foot ladder. And I was like, all right, fuck it, right? Just no training, nothing, right? Like, you expect me to just climb up an 8-foot ladder and put the lights on like I'm fucking Michelangelo building the Sistine Chapel? Like, all right, here we go. They pretty much said, have at it. And I said, all right, this tree is my tree now. Now, I started over probably 4 different times. It took me about 5.5 hours. And the tree actually turned out pretty well. But, yeah, that was stressful. It was definitely a high stressful situation, knowing that, like, I knew them. They weren't there. I only ran into the mom briefly, but I knew the family. I knew they wanted it to look good, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I as the day kind of went on, after I had put lights on at the bottom and the top, looked at it from afar. Here's a magic trick. When you're decorating your tree, if you squint your eyes like this, it's way better to look at your tree in terms of color and where parts are low on light, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, squint your eyes when you're looking at a tree like that. Game changer. But there were multiple times where I like stepped like 15 feet back to look at the tree, and it was awful. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I started over the tree about 5 times. But but eventually found the groove and got to the point where I was like, I just need to commit to this method. And at that point, I didn't know like the best method to do it. I was just kind of looking at the tree like, holy shit, what am I doing here? Let alone I was climbing up. I was like 8 feet above the ground looking down on this ladder. Like, if I fall, this tree's going down. And so is the freaking mega painting that cost probably $5,000 at least. And all the nutcrackers around the tree and probably the TV. Like, I'm blowing this place up. This place is about to be destroyed if I fall. But I guess the best way to learn is just kind of throw yourself right into the mosh pit and figure it out. If you want to become a better skier, ski with people who are 10 times better than you. That's just kind of how it is. You naturally are forced to do things that you wouldn't normally do, and therefore you have to figure it out. Start out at the house with my own. Start out doing Christmas trees at my own house. And then we're going to put you up with the big dogs and the 12-footers and the 8-foot ladders. But we figured it out. We overcame adversity. Not that this was some crazy adversity, but definitely a part of me was like, am I really about to do it? Like, they seriously trust me? But hey, I'm a trustable guy. I got it done. They were happy, so it all worked out. But yeah, that's what I've been doing the last couple days. Picked up a new part-time job. Saw some familiar faces this past weekend and more positive feedback about the show, which is always positive and is always good. Lifts up the spirits. And yeah, man, one foot in front of the other. There's one photo I saw this weekend, or I don't know when exactly I saw it, but it was, I want to share it with you guys because it's really cool. I'll put it up on the screen right now. And this photo, if you look at that arrow right there pointing to that small little circle, that's us from 900 million miles away. And those rings around it, that is Saturn's rings in the image. It was taken by some aircraft. And to me, looking at that photo, that's just kind of like almost like an ego death. How big, but how small we really are. There's 8 billion people on that little dot right there. All the shit that happens on this planet is right there. I don't know, bro. That's just freaking fascinating to me. Space and the universe and how it's infinite and how it just doesn't end in light years and all that stuff. That's why like Interstellar is one of my favorite movies, and I still don't really know how it all works to this day, and I've watched it like 3 different times. But yeah, dude, space totally fascinates me, and it just puts into perspective like how little we are, dude. We're a piece of sand in the universe in the grand scheme of things. It's just crazy to me how much we don't matter. Nothing else matters. Shout out Metallica. Great fucking song. But yeah, like, dude, I saw that in my heart. Like, I didn't my heart, but I almost like had my stomach kind of just like dropped. I was like, holy shit, bro. Like that, there's 8 billion of us on that little dot right there. And we're just existing, floating through outer space. We were all placed here one day. Every single story, every single conversation, everything you've ever watched. Every story from Jesus to Napoleon to George Washington to King Hammurabi all took place right on that dot. And it's still existing to this day, which is crazy, like 2,000, however long ago, but it's just crazy to me, bro. How space just doesn't end. Like, it's just, you want to talk about, bro, aliens totally exist out there. There has to be other life. You'd be idiotic to think there isn't other life out there. I need to get like a space expert on this show and just talk conspiracies and talk space and understand light years. I don't know how light years work, and like, I don't know, all like those math equations. That's not my cup of tea. I don't know how to do that. So I'm kind of rambling right now, but yeah, dude, that photo was crazy. Like, it's just a miracle that we're even on this planet, that you were even born. 1 in 400 trillion chances of you being born. It's a miracle, bro. Miracle. Absolute miracle that we're here. And we're just floating on a dot. Oh. Every city, every person you've ever talked to, every love story, every heartbreak, every trial and tribulation all takes place right on that dot. Everything takes place on that dot. From 2,000 years ago to this day, like I said. It's the zoomed out perspective that I sometimes forget, that like we're actually living, existing on a floating rock, and everyone was just placed here. Sometimes I think we live in a simulation. I was walking down the street in New York City a couple days ago, and I was just looking around, and I was seeing everyone just walk by, and the cars were driving and honking, and I was looking at all the buildings and all the people, and I was just like, what is this, bro? Like, everyone just seems like, whew. I guess kind of the moral of this photo is whenever I look at a photo like that, it makes all my problems feel way smaller than they actually are. Like I said, it makes me feel how lucky I am to even be alive and floating on this spinning rock. How much possibility, how many dreams, all that's just taking place right here, right in front of us on this floating rock. And here I am getting stressed about views, subscribers, all this stuff. Well, none of it really matters. I came here as a piece of dust, and I'm going to die a piece of dust. I'm never gonna... Everything is just temporary. My mind is borrowed, my body is borrowed. Just borrowed time. I'm living in a borrowed time scenario. With that being said, I got to make the most of my time, but it's all borrowed. Your whole life is borrowed from someone. And that someone is God. But it's just crazy, bro. Photos like that really put things into perspective for me, and it makes me realize, like, nothing matters, but everything else matters. In the last few days, in the last few weeks, I tend to get in my own head about this type of stuff. Subscribers, views, my videos doing well. Why are my views not doing well? Why is I'm not getting subscribers? Why am I not X, Y, and Z? Trying to control everything. And that's been a habit of mine for a while, is I try to control every situation. I want it to go my way. Why is this happening this way? I did everything to make it happen this way, and it's not going the way I wanted it to go. So be it. I got to the point, and I kind of understood, is like, first of all, the energy and the emotion you put out of lack, of fear, of I'm lacking in views, I'm lacking in subscribers, I'm lacking in whatever, like I need to post at this time, I need to use this hook, these captions, these hashtags, these audios, holy shit, stop. I've never liked that stuff. That's just way too much for me. Here is the end result. God, or if you don't believe in God or the universe or whoever, is either going to show up and make it happen, or it won't happen. You can try to do every single thing in your possible mind to make it work. But at the end of the day, I'm putting this out for me, for my own good, for myself. Because I have a vision, I have a gut feeling that this is what I'm meant to do. I'm putting it out there to the world, exposing myself, doing things that matter to me, that make me wake up in the morning with a smile and a purpose. Because it feels good to me. I'm not doing it for anyone else. And so many content creators and so many people just like, bro, just post the content, bro. Just like, be an influencer. Well, not everyone wants to be an influencer, bro. Not everyone's just posting content just to post content. Just to hopefully become an influencer. Become a TikTok star. It's like, not all of us want to do that. And I totally get it. Sometimes I wish I didn't have this huge vision and dream. I wish I could just go to bed and not think about how it's going to happen. But I've completely detached myself from the outcome. Why? Because me trying to solve the outcome is impossible. It's my logical mind trying to solve a spiritual equation. I have no idea how this is going to work. I truly don't. I don't have the answers in life. But I do know one thing, and one thing for certain, is if you show up every day at something you deeply care about and put in max effort day in and day out, forget about how long it takes you to get there. You will succeed. It's by the universe, by law, you will succeed. It may take you 50 years, it may take you 20 years, it may take you a year, it may take you 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, it doesn't matter. But it's gonna happen if you show up every day. Because the universe has to change your reality that you see. If you go kill someone, universe has to change and your life is gonna change. That's an instant one though. Versus like me doing this every day for however long. It's over time. Good things take time. And that's something I've realized is, and like I mentioned before, I don't want the overnight success. This is Bitcoin 2004, baby. Bitcoin 2004. I don't even know if it was around, but that is what this is. I'm telling you from the bottom of my soul, This will be something one day. And I don't know when that day is, but it is, because it's there. And I feel it. I've stopped trying to control every outcome. I'm going to work my ass off, but care so little. If that makes sense. Oh, okay, I'll explain it this way. Like, I put out this episode today. It only gets 50 views. Old me would be like, why the fuck is this only getting 50 views? This should be doing way more than 50 views. Yada, yada, yada. Like, why is my video flopping? What? Why is no one watching? Yada, yada, yada. You're trying to control the uncontrollable. All I'm focused on now is me controlling what I do day in and day out, which is research, which is post more content, which is edit more content, do more of these, reach out to people, have guests on, and do all that. And as long as I show up and do those things that I say I'm going to do and show up for myself in the best humanly way possible I can, then it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. I'm a big believer in alignment. Huge believer in alignment, actually. The universe is all about alignment. Why you look at some people who's like, oh, that person's just so lucky. Like, they get all these greatest opportunities. They get X, Y, and Z. They're doing this and that. And it's because they're aligned with the universe. And they're on the frequency of alignment. It all starts from within. Energy within you. That's why when I do this, like I'm recording an episode, I get fucking juiced up. My stomach, my butterflies start going off. I start getting signals. I start like, yeah, dude, this is what you're supposed to be doing. You just got to move. You got to do it. And just let the universe take control. That's all I'm doing. And I've completely detached myself from the outcome of what happens with all this. Because one, it causes me way too much, like, me trying to figure out every logical thing that's going to happen, cause way too much. Two, let the gods, let the universe, they're the creators, man. They already know your life. They have everything planned already out for you. They already know who I'm going to meet in a year, who's going to make this change drastically in 3 years, in 5 years, in 7, whoever. Everything's already mapped out. It's all mapped out for you already. You just can't see it. That's why you get, at least this is for me, this is why I believe in visions. It's your future self knocking on your door like, yo, dude, do this. Because I'm the future you. And I know what's right for you. And what's right for me right now is this. Is this, bro. It's fucking this, bro. Yes! I don't know if I'm making any sense whatsoever. But moral of the story, become aligned with yourself. Find what values you stand by. What are your beliefs about the world? What are your goals? And make it happen. I guess I'm going to work so hard at this, yet be so detached from the outcome. Because the outcome's out of my control, I guess, is the moral of the story. So, don't beat yourself up over things you can't control. Good way to look at things. Don't beat yourself up over things you can't control. But yeah, dude. Another day, another episode. Is this the new look with the hats? I wear this hat whenever I'm going to do Christmas lights, and I just haven't taken it off since, so that's why we wore it today. I'm going to start a new thing. Song of the day. Song of the episode. Give It Time by Goose. Give It Time by Goose. Now, if you're a Goose fan, you probably know that song. It's one of my favorite songs, but the lyrics, it's so good. Just give it time. And the motto of this episode and kind of what I talked about was all about giving it time. And I'm going to give this time. I'm going to give this chance for it to start off small, become something big. Become on the top stage, on the biggest stage one day with all you guys. So I appreciate every single one of you. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Hop on the bus. We're taking this shit 990 miles away. And I'm going to make this everlasting. Oh, wait, actually, okay. We'll end on a funny, positive note. But, dude, I have just been absolutely botching the simplest interactions with people. So, yesterday, I was at a house setting up lights. And someone was like, yeah, man, like, how you doing? And I was like, cool. Great and cool. And I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm doing cool. I was like, oh my God. And it happens to me so many times. Like, I'll be like walking down the street and someone's like, what's up, dude? And I'm like, I just have diarrhea mouth. I don't even know what I say. 5 seconds after, I'm like, what the fuck did I do? What the hell just came out of my mouth? I'd be like working in the golf shop and someone like walks in to like check out merch or buy something and they're like, what's up, dude? Like, how are you doing? I'm like, thank you. It's like, what? Why did that just come out of my mouth? Like, it's the most simplest interactions, yet my brain can't seem to process them and process what good to say. Like, complete diarrhea mouth. I can't think of some other ones, but yeah, dude, that, sometimes I'm like, dude, am I all right? Like, do I have short-term, like, memory loss and, like, forget what to say in certain situations? Like, I don't know. Anyways, that's all I got for the Deano show today. Yeah, man, one foot in front of the other, another episode. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here, supporting this journey. And like I always say, just show up for yourself, do the thing that rocks your world, and you're going to be happy. So, cheers to all you guys. Happy holidays. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.